hoes going out on cock block, yeah. Get that money, hoes gon' flock, flock, yeah. Time money on that clock, yeah. Man, these niggas know I'm top notch, yeah.
SaiyajinTrey, once again. This time I was thinking about something, so let's speak on it. I was just thinking about something, how I like to write books. And if you don't know about my book, I like to write books on Wattpad. So I got a book that I named Chatham. I'm still working on that book. It's like 40 chapters out. It's based on my senior year of high school and basically what I was going through as far as love and trying to like chase my dreams and trying to like, you know, keep up with everything that was going on in my life at that time. But I got a few other books on there, but that was always my thing. I wanted to write. You know, I was always writing short stories as a kid. And so that was my thing. Lately, I've had some ups and downs. I'm 21 years old now, and I had some ups and downs as far as chasing this goal of being a writer. Sometimes I'm not motivated to do it. Low key, had to get back into the groove of wanting to write, because I never wanted to force it, because as a kid I always wanted to write. So it was just like, man, how come now it's so hard to do what I love? You know, I didn't understand why it was so hard to do that. I thought back and I was just like, man, as a kid we always had these like big goals. Like imagine when your teacher asked you like, what do you want to be when you get older? A lot of people started naming all type of stuff and had these big goals and big dreams. People that wanted to be a firefighter or a police officer or whatever the case may be, those dreams die out kind of early too. That shit don't die out when you get in college, or you know, that should be dead and gone by the time you get in high school. People wanted to be a rapper or a songwriter, that shit dies out. I actually had an encounter with somebody at my school when I was in school. She wanted to be a writer when she was younger, you know, like I knew her in elementary school. So when she came to my school, I'm like, man, you know, we recognized each other. And I remember bringing up her rap name, because she wanted to, I think her name was Lyric, like that was gonna be her rap name. And she used to like write songs and stuff like that. She wanted to like be a rapper. And I remember bringing it up to her, and it was just like so cringy to her, because she forgot all about that. And she was just like, oh, how come you still remember that, you know? And it was so crazy to me, because I still want to be a writer, you know. I feel like I had this talent since I was in 2nd grade. I was just writing short stories, and to this day I still write books. But not everybody sticks to what they want it to be. I know life comes and hits you. Same thing happened to me too. Somehow I'm still able to put out these ideas, but I realized that life can take away these goals and these dreams that you had. When you were younger, you wanted to be so much, and you wanted to do this and you wanted to do that, and you had so much enthusiasm and so many like big hopes for the future. And then it's like when you get older, you forget all about that. Like when I brought it up, that shit probably hit her, because it was just like, damn, how come you still remember that? And it was so cringy to her, because she low-key forgot about that. Like, but I'm sure at the time she legit wanted to be a rapper and thought like, man, this is what I'm gonna be type shit. I wanted to speak on this because a lot of us forget what we wanted to be, and life changes. You know, we all got a journey. And I feel like this journey sometimes kills what you once wanted to do for a living. I knew what I always wanted to be. I always wanted to be a writer. Even before I saw it as like a serious career type of thing, that shit was just natural to me. Now, I'm working at Wendy's, but I want to do that, you know? And a lot of people just settle for that job. We get this job and we just want some money, or we just want to survive, but we forget about those things we wanted to do and make a living off of. Me, I want to make a living off this YouTube shit. I want to make a living writing books, shooting podcasts and shit, you know? Despite having to work and do this shit to provide for myself right now in the moment, I still want to be all those things I wanted to be when I was younger, you know? And I feel like as I got older, I started branching into other things. But I can definitely say adulthood kills a lot of people's like dreams. A lot of us had big dreams and wanted to be these all type of different things. You know, when they asked you what you wanted to be when you were younger, you probably said all type of stuff and probably had all type of like goals. And it's like you get older and you forget all about them. And I hate that for a lot of people, because a lot of people did show a lot of promise when you were younger, or you probably played some type of sport, or you felt like, yeah, I want to do this when I get older, you know? And a lot of us shy away from that. A lot of us are just like shells of what we used to be. I guess adulthood comes with a lot of stuff, and it take away that shine that you once had. And I hate that for a lot of people. And I'm not gonna lie, I dealt with that. Even though I still want to write, man, I had times where I went months without writing, or just didn't even want to, you know, or thought about it and was like, man, am I losing my passion for what I love, you know? And then I'm like, do I even love doing this anymore? Because I shouldn't have to force myself or question if I love it. That alone just told me like, man, I might be losing my passion for what I love. I kind of got back in the groove. You know, I can't say that I do it as much because I have responsibilities, but I feel like you're gonna make time for what you love. And so I make time for those things that I want to do and for what I want to be. A lot of females might have a kid, and that can be a life changer, a game changer for a lot of people. Life and growing up and having to get into this system, because you got to pay for this and pay for that, pay taxes, you know, just everything that come with being an adult, that shit will kill your creative side. A lot of us wanted to be all type of shit when we was younger, and now it's like we don't even think about those things no more. But as far as those people out there with dreams, even if you older, even if you younger, please don't let the adulthood take away what you want to be or what you once wanted to be. You don't have to force yourself to do the shit, because you might not have the same drive that you once had. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't have the same drive that I once had. But I put time towards what I want to do, regardless, because I know that this is still my goal. This has always been what I wanted to do. And I know that I don't want to work at Wendy's forever. I know it's not forever, you know? It took a long time to convince myself to do that, to work a job and be like, okay, I'm gonna just do this for the time being, you know? That was so hard to convince myself to do that. A lot of us settle for a job. Me growing up, I still knew what I wanted to be. Me being 21 now, bro, I was 19 and I knew what I wanted to be. I was 18, knew what I wanted to be. Even coming up in school, I didn't even want to finish school because I'm like, I know my purpose. I didn't want to do that school shit no more. Like, I was ditching all the time. I still ended up graduating on time, wrote a book about the shit. Like, you know, life has a way of doing certain shit and like carrying you through certain times. You know, I look back on hard times and I'm like, damn, I had a good time during that time, you know? You never, like, your journey is just uncertain. But I feel like that's a good thing. But at the same time, that shit can kill what you once was. Like, your creative side will be down because of that shit, bro. Adulthood come with a lot. That shit can kill your creative side. But for those who want to be something, don't let this shit kill your creative side. Don't let that shit down you. And it's easier said than done, because obviously I've been at a point where I didn't even want to live, bro. It's like life will drain you. But I feel like when you got a dream, man, and you really want that shit, it's like those little down times be temporary. Even me wanting to do YouTube or going months without uploading and feeling like, man, maybe this is a lost cause. Man, we all got a journey, you know? It's just sad because we become shells of what we used to be, you know? And then life becomes so simple and basic. But when you were a kid, you had so much energy. This adulthood shit can really drain you of dreams, of just energy, of just anything, bro. Like, the adulthood can really fuck up a lot of shit for us, bro. Me bringing that up to that girl, I'm just like, damn, I know you wanted to be this and I know you wanted to be that, and now it's like you done forgot all about it. And it's like cringy to think about to her type shit. I'm just like, damn, this is what happens to people when they get older. Not everybody, but most people say fuck it and just give up on their dreams and what they once wanted to be. And I hated to see that, because I'm like, man, you had so much enthusiasm about the future, and then it's like you probably got older, you probably started messing with other people. And you know, I don't know what people deal with, but I know what I've dealt with. And I know that that shit has taken a toll on me. Even now, even with me still writing, that shit took a toll on me. And just how I move and just how consistent I am and just all that. One thing I can say, even if you go through a drought with your dreams and you're not really like putting time towards your goals, I don't think it's forever. And I used to think it was gonna be forever for me. You know, and I'm still not where I wanna be at. Like, I'm still working at Wendy's, bro. But it took a long time to convince myself to do that. But I'm like, man, I gotta do this because I gotta support myself for now. And also I gotta put some of that funding towards my dream, you know? And I feel like if your dream's strong, you gonna find a way and you gonna get back to it. Even if you go through a drought when you're not pursuing it, or you make music and you're not dropping music as much. Everybody has a journey, man. And it's like, you can't predict it. But at the same time, If you feel like you falling off or you not really pursuing what you once wanted to do, don't force it and don't even really stress about it. And this is coming from me. Like, I felt that. I knew that I wanted to write, but then I'm just like, man, nowadays I don't want to write no more. And I just didn't know why I wasn't as motivated as I once was. But somehow I'm back motivated, and somehow I found some time to get back to what I wanted to do, and while working a job that had me up at night and just all type of shit, you know? So I would say don't stress the drought. When you really want to be something, I don't think anything can take that away from you. Life and all the bullshit that come with it, I feel like if your dreams is big enough, you gonna return to doing what you wanted to do. And it's crazy having a dream, because that shit can stress you out. Wanting to be something, wanting to show your talents to the world, it's just like, man, that shit can really take a toll on you. Even to this day, I still go through stress, but life is just amazing, bro. And I'm saying this as a person that might be stressing next week, that might feel like he don't want to be on this planet next week. Like, bro, I've had thoughts like that recently. Like, it's crazy. You just got to go with this shit, bro. And even though I'm working a 9 to 5, bro, I know eventually that shit not gonna be forever. So remember that shit. Like, you're not gonna be in here forever, and you might not like it, but you gonna take something from there. Me being in the school I was in, that shit encouraged me to write a book on it. And I met certain people and collabed with them. Like, you don't know what life is doing for you. Like, this shit ain't happening to you, it's happening for you. I promise you. Give your life to life itself, bro. Don't even stress about that shit. And obviously you gonna stress, because it's impossible to just not stress. But I do feel like there is a plan for you. You feel me? It's crazy. And I'm not where I want to be, but I sure came a long way. That's the point. Like, when you playing a video game, you're not just trying to beat the final boss and then quit the game. The game, like, you buy that game because you want to play through the whole thing. You know, you starting at level 1, you level up, you didn't beat the game. Now you free roaming and you like, damn, I'm on level 148 and I got all the weapons and all that shit, and I defeated the final boss type shit. So I want to come into life and just already be rich. There's steps before getting there. Just like it's bosses before the final boss in a video game. You can compare that shit and that shit will resonate with your life, a video game. So yeah, if you got a dream, just know this life shit or whatever you might be going through is temporary. Go through that shit and stay in the moment as much as possible, because you're gonna look back and you're gonna be like, damn, these were some good times. The journey is more important than the end game, if you ask me, because I had to put a lot of pride aside to be working at Wendy's, bro. Like, imagine knowing what you want to do, but you got to work a regular job. It's like, damn, I want to make money writing books. What am I doing making sandwiches at Wendy's? But I feel like being there is part of my journey. With that being said, hey, we in there. Really don't mind going in there. That's just how life works. I didn't think I was ever gonna get used to it. I didn't think I was able to get a job, a legitimate job. So yeah, but to wrap this video up, you got a dream, man. You got a purpose. You know your purpose, your journey. Stay in tune with your journey and just stay in the moment. You got this shit, bro. We all got it. We all trying to be somewhere. We all trying to reach this level. You feel me? And you got to start somewhere. But just keep your head up, man. And this coming from somebody that might be stressing next week. That shit happens, bro. Like, one day I can feel like the GOAT. One day I can feel like, man, I don't even want to live no more. I didn't have moments like that. 1 week I'm feeling like the GOAT. 1 week I'm feeling like I don't want to be here no more. That shit I could feel like that next week. But I know at the end of the day, I'm not going to quit this shit, bro. I'm going to keep writing books. I'm going to keep dropping these videos. I'm going to keep dropping these podcasts. I'm going to keep being me and keep going through this journey, whatever it brings. And I feel like you should do the same thing. We gonna see what happens, you feel me, in the next episode of our life. If you want to support my dream, check out the rest of my YouTube videos. Shit, check out my podcast on Spotify. High as Hell Podcast. Why is it called the High as Hell Podcast? Because we get high as hell and shoot a podcast. Simple as that. Check out my books on Wattpad. If you want to be a part of my journey, check out my works, and I'm gonna keep y'all updated. SaiyajinTrey out.